What is up, you guys? TitoBods here, and I have been actually missing out a lot of my account updates from last month. I guess I haven't made one, but for September, I'm going to do one just for you guys, and I think I will make this first for our members before I will do this publicly or share this publicly after a month to our regular viewers. Now, it's really important to me to know if you guys are actually trying out my builds and using it as your own in your accounts, because I want to know if I'm helping, especially when I'm doing some builds or hero compositions for you guys. And it will really help me a lot if you guys would respond or give a feedback in the comments about that. But anyway, before we continue with the video, since this is an update video on my account and a lot of things really changed since the last time that I did this kind of video. And it will really help if you guys would like this video and share it with your friends, especially if you are a new subscriber and you just joined the channel. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. And also, by sharing this vid, it will also help us reach more audience, and in the process may help us reach our 3,000 subscriber mark before the end of the year. So we still have a few months to go, and I think before the end of the year we can reach that, or hopefully by your help we can reach that way before the year ends. So let's now go to our video. So first up, I really want to show you my progress on the castle facilities, because right now this is my current castle facilities. So right now we still need 3 for the whole of mastery, and then finishing it off with this 3 here on the right side. And after that, finally we can do the research institute for our account. And I think this is going to be a few months, or maybe a month or a few weeks, I guess, before we finish this up and open up the new research institute. So most of you guys are going to ask me if once the research institute is open, what facilities I'm going to focus on. So my best answer to you guys is going to be the Citadel renovation. So I'm going to open up for the Citadel renovation, and then once that is finished, I want to level up first our so I want to get the elimination rate up to 10, and then the tactical evasion up to 10 also, because we really need this, especially on the exchange in points in certain events. And I think if I can max these things out, it will really help a bit on the process of giving off points, especially in elimination and also on the battlefield. And hopefully we can do that after this. And most of you guys for sure is going to be updating or upgrading first the attack or training speed, maybe, or any unit training capacity. But for me, I don't really see myself doing that for now. Maybe I can do the unit attack, then defense and health in exchange for the armament or tactical evasion. But those are the only things I'm focused right now, and especially prevent you from more losses when it comes to the battlefield, because sometimes it's really important to do that. It's hard to get a lot of losses, especially if you only have 65% of your dead troops to be available again after the healing or recovery stage of each event. Now, next up is our mercenary camp. I just want to show you guys where I'm up to, but please, I want to tell you guys that don't max everything out. So that is one mistake that I have done before, because I was a whale before, so everything here was easy to max out. So I maxed it out everything first, because I have 4 or 5 marches. I also have Lubu, and I have an archer march before. But since shifting to a low spender to free to play, since I have financial problem personally in real life right now, so what I did was, just instead of doing the archers, I did focus on the swords and switched my Rameses from my archer to my swords now, and then focusing next on my pikeman, since my swords are almost finished, and switching now to pikeman. So those are the only 2 focus that I want to use right now, because they are what I have on my hero pools. Now, next off is the adornments, or the, let's say, the research for my horses. So when it comes to the horses, this is what I have. So as I've said, I'm just focused now on the swords. So this is how my animal research center looks like. So level 10 already on the attack, 4 on each on defense and health. So maybe when I have 900 pieces of insight, maybe I could upgrade this to level 5. So right now, I'm just okay with what I have here. But if I can upgrade this to level 4, the sooner the better, so that I can upgrade the bloodline stability. That will give me more insight points every time I do a breeding. So that's my plan here. If I will be able to finish this off first, I can get more insight points, and more insight points on breeding means more points for the research, since I really don't need to upgrade that much now on my swords since I already have maxed the attack, and then a decent number for the health and armor. Maybe just level 5 of this too before I proceed with this one. So I won't really need to go to the last bit of this. Maybe here, just to max this out to 5 is, I think, going to be my stopping point on there. Now for the adornments, it's really random right now. I haven't really get the one that I want in the Mystic Mirror. So what I do is I dismantle the things that I really don't need, and then I'm looking for at least one more swords Mystic Mirror for my one other hero, which is let's say Zhuge. So if I get what I want there, I'm going to move on to my Pikeman again. But that's my current state now on my riding grounds. And so let's now focus on our renovation. So what did my focus have been? So I have focused my renovation on my hospital. So maxed out that one. The town center, maxed out that one. The war hole. So the war hole gives off attack or damage, sorry. The hospital gives off the defense or damage reduction. And also the town center gives off the attacks. So those three are my main. And since I am a swords, I max out also the swordsman barrack, and of course the pikeman barracks also is maxed out. So this barracks here gives off defense, and then the town center gives off offense for every barracks or every troops here, and then it only gives up individual defense depending on the barracks that you have upgraded. So those are only my priority right now, and I'm slowly doing the renovation for the university, although it is really not needed at the moment because I'm still far off from that, but it really helps a lot sometimes if you have something that you are renovating. So also this one, I'm renovating it to at least level 1 right now because it's the cheapest way to renovate. Now, next up is for the heroes. So our current lineup right now that I'm focusing on is my Rameses. So as I've said earlier, my Rameses is actually turned from or switched from my archers now to my swords, since Rameses is also one of the best swords in the game. What I did was to change them to swords so that it will be easier for me to level up the researches, and I don't have to focus on multiple researches at that time. That's why I was able to max out the swords. And if you are watching from my videos, I have already swapped my Theo to my Zhuge Liang here right now. Even though my Zhuge is not yet 5-star, it really helps me a lot when it comes to the damage. And of course, yes, sometimes or some players are actually using Zhuge and Theo at the same time, but it doesn't really cut it out for me because the damage is really lacking when Theo and Zhuge is on the same lineup. And Charlemagne have proven to me from multiple tests from the past few days, in the past week, that the skills of Charlemagne still gives a lot of benefits for this lineup when it comes to the damage. And adding Zhuge will give this lineup a tankier core, and also gives your Rameses more damage to play off the battlefield. Now, next off is my second lineup, which is my Swords Warrior. So as you can see here also, I have switched my skills from my past build to this burst build. This is what I call the burst build, because now I'm using the Furious Charge, the High Spirit for both Lagertha and Miyamoto, and also I am using also now the King's Blade on my Tribhuwana. The only problem with this lineup is it is going to be a little bit squishier, just a little bit, but not so much, because we still have heals from your Lagertha and your Tribhuwana. And actually the traits that I have for them with my mounts are actually for defense and healing. And as you can see, we have the Lofty Mountain here added, so for added health and a little bit of defense. Then another defensive ring, which is the Ring of Badger. And I chose the Ring of Badger specific for this lineup because there are a lot of Lubos running around, and if they hit me, this lineup, and then it's a critical, it's going to hurt me a lot. That's why I use the Ring of Badger, and I'm planning to max it out to level 30 or level 40, depending on my capability to do so. And honestly, the skills with Lagertha really helps a lot on defending against criticals, and with the Ring of Badger, it's going to be awesome to have better defense against the Lubu lineup. That's why I personally add the Ring of Badger here, plus Lagertha and another Lofty Mountain to have the defense, and all the attacks or damage is with Miyamoto with the Ring of Effulgence. So now, if you want to use this build of mine, you can actually do so. And if you are looking for other rings that you may use, you can actually use the Ring of Lion on Mia, and also the Ring of Deer if you don't have the Ring of Lofty Mountain. So you can actually also use that. Now, just make sure that you have high level epic rings. for it to be really, really good in the battlefield. So that's what I think. And also, I'm still leveling up my King's Blade here. Still looking for one more skill so that I can max it out. And honestly, after my build or my ring here is maxed out, I think I'm going to max the Ring of Badger next to 20 at least. So that this one, I'm just going to level the Ring of Tranquil to at least level 20. And then focus on the Badger next. And also for the gems, if you want to ask, so these are my gems. Really want to show you guys just a peek of it. So as you can see, I only have one defense gem, and that's just one. So right now, I would rather use a strategy gem here, but I really don't have one, and I prioritize my strategy on my Zhuge so that he can give more strategy to my Rameses. So right now, also important thing is that you have normal attack. Although Charlemagne doesn't really need any other gems here, in my opinion, and normal attack is absolutely okay here, honestly. So at least you have that, so that for the time that you don't have activation of skill, you still can dish out good amounts of damage. Now, also here, I have 4 health gems. And health gems really is important in this lineup to have a little bit more of sustainability. Now, if you're going to ask me if I'm going to choose between troop capacity and gems, which will be higher, I think both is important. Honestly, also if you don't have team troop capacity bonus that you should get on every completed team collection. And if you don't have that, I suggest that you have at least 4 troop capacity gem with your lineup. And also the health is really important, so at least have at least 4. And then I don't really have other things recommended other than the 2, unless you want what I did with the attack and also 1 defense. So at least I have a multiplier of some sort or added percentage on the defense. That's why I did that. So as you can see, we have here the strategy, and I will still do a strategy here. I still don't have yet the gems though, but I'm really building onto it already. So as you can see, also I have health gems here, which helps in the healing process of your Zhuge, because Zhuge's heal is really just 100%, and with this it really gives up a little bit push on the heal, especially with the mounts that is available on our Zhuge Liang. So all damages taken by your troop are reduced, but I have a good mount on my Charlemagne, which is the healing armor also, that gives up 4% of the healing effects for everyone. So that's multiplied by 3, so 12% extra healing for the whole troop. That's why the healing of Zhuge is going to be really important, and also the healing of Charlemagne, which is my next one. So the build of my Charlemagne are both for heals. That's how it is right now. But once we have level 5, I really believe that Zhuge Liang is going to be a big game changer in this lineup. So most players are using Tio, as I've said, and then Zhuge Tio here instead of Charlemagne and Zhuge. And if you want to see my other builds for my other troops, and I guess maybe we can do that next time. So here again are my builds for my Miyamoto and my rings, and then for my Cyrus, this is my build right now. And honestly, if you're going to ask me, this is the best build that I have built on my Cyrus, 100%. Like, with the help of the Ring of Falcon and Freddy, it really gives off defense and then heal and activation of Peaceful Haven, since I don't have anymore the heal of metal on my Mansa Musa, and rather give off a Fearless Retribution, so that it's actually going to give a little bit of extra more damage. And with the help of the Ring of Boar, the damage of Cyrus really jumps up a lot. Like, you know, if this is my main march, this could have been already level 30. I have used this already at level 30, and this is level 20 for sure. And it will deal more damage and more tankability for sure. So that's my build. Now, if you're going to ask about my Pikeman strategies, or Tactician Pikeman, this is actually not my best build on it, but the skills are like my final build. But the rings are not. So we still got a lot of rings that we can use, especially the new rings, which is actually good for this build. But I have one thing that I want to change in here that is still in the process of testing. But I don't have yet the hero that I want to change for Ashoka, or substitute for Ashoka. And once I did that, or I have that value and that test, I will tell you guys on or I will tell you guys about it. In my head, it's really going to be crazy good, but my gut feeling also tells me that if I tell you guys, then once you build it and it's not going to be good, then I would be responsible for giving you false information. So I will do it maybe later once I have tested it myself. if you guys want to see a test on this build with Belisarius, Ashoka, and Elizabeth, just comment down below in the comment section, and I will give you a separate video about the Belisarius, Ashoka, Elizabeth the First March, and why the skills that I have on them is the best skills that I can give them. And also, if you are asking if this build can actually also go to the cavalry, well, actually, Elizabeth can't go to the cavalry because she doesn't have any cavalry, although she is a tactician. The troop is really important, so that will be a huge X on your Elizabeth. But I found out something that is really going to blow your mind when it comes to the cabs or tactician cabs that will really tip you off and blow your mind with insanity, really. But anyway, I'm going to do that on the next video, maybe next week or something like that. But I really want to test it first. And I think that's about it on my account update. And if you haven't yet checked out, we are up against, I think, 135 on our event center. So we have the Mightiest Empire against 130, sorry. So it's 130. So we will have a live stream on Saturday on the BOD, or Battle of Dawn. And then on Sunday, we're going to have a video maybe, or if I can go live during that time for the MEE, I will just tell you guys on the next video, or maybe I will post in YouTube about that if I have time. But anyway, guys, hope you have enjoyed this video, or at least learned something from this one. And if you guys think that I have missed something that I haven't really revealed out for my members, just hit me up in the comments and tell me what I can share more to you guys that will eventually or maybe help you in a way in the process. Now, as always, thank you for checking out my video, and thank you for supporting and being a member of this channel. And if you watch this video out of the membership list, kindly do subscribe to the channel. And also, if you want this advanced access on my videos, you can join here in the join button below, and it will really help us a lot. And the new emotes are going to be finished by next week, and I think you guys who are a member is going to benefit on it, especially when it comes to the live stream. And also, I am upgrading my avatar or my VTuber model. I'm going to have a bit of maybe extra expressions on it or extra gesture. If you have any suggestions on what do you think is good for it, and also on the emotes, kindly leave them down in the comment section, and I will consider your feedback and your opinion about it. Anyway, this is your TitoBods. Thank you for lending me your time, and as always, have a great day to everyone, and I will see you in the next one.